Two detectives enter an apartment. The stench hits them first, a thick, humid wall of rot and rancid fat. Then the heat. Then the body, a man face down on a wooden table, his head resting in a bowl of spaghetti. He is surrounded by empty food containers, a mountain of consumerist waste. His hands and feet are bound. His skull is cracked. Flies own the air. The coroner estimates he ate until his stomach literally burst from the inside out. But he didn't stop. Someone held a gun to his head and made him keep swallowing. This is not a crime of passion. This is a design. Someone planned this. Someone enjoyed this. Someone is just getting started. This is Seven, David Fincher's masterpiece. The film that transformed serial killer cinema into a religious experience. It turned Brad Pitt into a serious actor and Morgan Freeman into a monument of weary wisdom. It created an ending so devastating that theaters in 1995 reportedly handed out refunds to people who couldn't handle the trauma. Today, we are performing a surgical breakdown of every scene that matters, the murders that became iconic, the partnership built on mutual contempt, the box that redefined what a thriller could do to its audience. Stay until the final scene. Because John Doe isn't the monster you expect, and the detectives aren't hunting him. They are being led, step by step, into becoming part of his art. Let's start with the city, unnamed, eternal reign. The buildings are decaying in real time, the streets are flooded with the city's own filth, and the light is never natural. It's always fluorescent, always failing. This is not a setting, it is a character. A system so fundamentally broken that it produces monsters as naturally as it produces poverty. Somerset, the veteran detective, knows this. He reads Dante and Milton on his lunch break. He knows what happens to cities that forget morality. He's trying to retire. He wants to escape before the city claims the last piece of his soul. Then comes Mills, the new detective, young, angry, wearing leather jackets and an attitude that hasn't been tested by the rain yet. He requested this transfer. He wanted to make a difference. Somerset sees him and sees a ghost. He sees the hunger for justice that will be consumed by the city's indifference. He sees himself 20 years ago. They don't like each other. Mills thinks Somerset is a quitter. Somerset thinks Mills is a child. Both are right. Both are wrong. The partnership is forced, but the connection becomes a desperate tether to reality. The first murder is gluttony, the forced feeding. Somerset finds clues the others miss because he understands that this killer isn't just killing, he's writing. The word gluttony written in grease behind the refrigerator. The design is emerging. This isn't random. This is a series. The killer is working through a list, a plan, a theology. He is preaching a sermon through the medium of human flesh. The second murder is greed. A high-profile lawyer forced to cut a pound of flesh from his own body. The scales are on the table. The 1 pound is precisely measured. The Shakespearean reference is clear. Somerset recognizes the intelligence here, the education, the terrifying patience. This killer is not insane. He is the opposite. He has found a terrible, crystalline clarity. To him, the world is sinful, and he is the remedy. He is the surgeon cutting out the cancer. The third murder is sloth. This is the one that broke the genre. A man kept alive for exactly 1 year, tied to a bed, fed intravenously. His mind destroyed, his body rotting into the mattress. He is still breathing when they find him, still suffering. The Polaroids on the wall document the decay day by day. The killer visited him, cared for him, kept him alive just to extend the punishment. This is not murder, this is architecture, suffering as sculpture. It's the moment the detectives realize they aren't dealing with a man, but a force of nature. Mills and Somerset begin to complement each other. Mills's aggression opens doors, Somerset's patience reads the rooms. They trace the killer's research to a library. No one checks out Dante anymore, except one man. The name is fake, but the pattern is real. They find his apartment, they find his journals, thousands of pages of handwriting, perfect and small. The arguments are deranged and coherent simultaneously. He believes he has been chosen by God to wake a sleeping world. The city is Sodom. He is the fire. The sins are everywhere. In everyone, including the detectives. The fourth murder is lust, a prostitute killed by a device of unspeakable mechanical design. The killer didn't even touch her. He made someone else commit the sin to punish it. The circular logic of hell. The victim as perpetrator, the perpetrator as victim. The distinction dissolves in the neon light of the brothel. The fifth murder is pride. A model disfigured. Given a choice, call for help and live with a ruined face, or take the pills and die beautiful. She chooses death. The killer respects her choice. This is his version of mercy. The sin punished by its own vanity. Somerset realizes they aren't catching him. They are being used. The murders are messages and the locations form a map. The final two sins require an audience. They require participation. Mills finds photos of his wife, Tracy, in the killer's apartment. The violation is total. The threat is immediate. They race home. She's fine, but she's shaken. She confesses to Somerset what she hasn't told Mills. She's pregnant. She doesn't want to raise a child in a city where it rains blood. Somerset listens. He becomes complicit in her secret. It's a moment of human kindness that will eventually facilitate the ultimate destruction. The sixth murder begins when John Doe turns himself in. He's covered in blood. He's smiling. He'll confess, but only if they go to one more location. The desert, the final two bodies. Somerset knows it's a trap. He knows the ending is already written in Doe's journals. But he goes anyway, because Mills will go without him, because they are already characters in the play. The drive to the desert is 3 men in a car. The killer sits between the detectives, speaking softly, explaining his art, his process, the years of preparation, the selection of victims. He doesn't expect to live, he expects to be remembered. He has traded his life for immortality. He is a man who turned his own madness into a monument. They arrive, the box is waiting, a courier delivers it to the middle of nowhere. Somerset opens it. We don't see what's inside, we only see Somerset's face, the horror that breaks even his legendary composure. He tries to stop Mills, he tries to explain, but Doe has planned for this. He tells Mills about his wife, about the pregnancy. The box contains Tracy's head. This is the sin of envy. Doe envied Mills's life, the wife, the child, the normalcy. He took it to complete his design. And now he offers Mills the final role. Wrath, Mills must choose. Shoot Doe and become the final sin, or let him live and deny his grief. Somerset begs him, if you kill him, he wins. The logic is cold, the pain is hot, Mills shoots again and again. The execution is complete. The transformation is finished. John Doe dies smiling, Mills is arrested, the sins are complete, the city wins. This is Seven's radical proposition, that evil can be intelligent, that the good guys can do everything right and still become exactly what they hunted. Somerset's final line summarizes the anatomy of this world. Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with the second part.
Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with the second part.
The fight continues, but the fine place is gone. Maybe it never existed. The film is a perfect machine, the rain as baptism, the darkness as purgatory, the structure that traps you, the ending that refuses to let you go. Brad Pitt performs Mills as kinetic energy, the anger that propels him forward and the arrogance that blinds him. Morgan Freeman makes Somerset into the conscience of the film, the voice that knows better but keeps working anyway. And then there is Kevin Spacey as John Doe. He doesn't play madness, he plays clarity. The most dangerous thing a villain can have is a worldview that makes sense, a worldview that justifies anything. The studio wanted to change the ending. They wanted hope. Fincher refused. He understood that some stories don't offer redemption, they offer recognition. The recognition that the world is worse than we admit. The seven sins are more than a structure. They are commentary on the contemporary soul. Gluttony as consumerism, greed as capitalism, sloth as despair, pride as narcissism. I'm breaking down the films that create trauma, the ones that refuse resolution, the ones that find horror in the mind's construction of meaning. Subscribe if you want to go deeper into the anatomy of the abyss. Comment with the ending that broke you, the one you still haven't recovered from. I might be the one who explains why it had to happen. Next up, Zodiac. Fincher's return to the killer who got away. But for now, check the box. What's inside is always what you love most, and it's always already lost.